Hello and welcome. I'm Stephanie Lillian, the Medical Mystic, and this is a yoga class for spine or back relief. So if you ever notice that you get any pain throughout the back, whether that's in the center, the sides, the shoulders, the low back, this class is going to be a quick class to help you relieve that pain and also give you a couple exercise ideas that you can always do. You know, if you're just at home or you're at work and you're just starting to notice some pain coming up, this is a class for you. So to get started, we're going to find a nice comfortable seat. So if you have a mat, find somewhere nice to sit on your mat. You can either sit there with your legs crossed or with the legs extended, whatever feels better for your knees, because we're going to be here for a little bit just for a nice opening guided meditation. So to start, get in your comfortable seat and we will meet up once you're nice and cozy. Gently draw your eyes closed once you're seated and comfortable. If your legs are crossed, you can place your hands on your knees for a more grounding practice today, or you can place your palms facing up for receiving practice. Gently draw the eyes closed and just begin to tune in to here and now. And take a moment to let go of the morning that you've had so far, anything else you have to do today or even this week, and just allow yourself this time to be here for you. There's nothing else you have to do. And gently, once the mind begins to settle, just start to tune your awareness into the breath. So just notice how the breath is right now. If you feel like the breath is short and quick, or if you can take long, deep breaths, just notice it, not try to control it. Can you hear the breath, or can you feel it in the chest, ribcage, or belly? Start to tune into it. Maybe say the word in when you breathe in, and out when you breathe out. Become aware of the breath. And as you begin to notice the breath, start to slow it down. So taking as big as inhales as you can and big exhales. We're going for trying to keep the inhales equally as long as exhales. So find balance within every breath. Big breaths. When you slow down the breath, you turn on a relaxation response in the body. So just noticing how the breath feels and trying to equalize every breath. And as you're breathing deeply, make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall so every vertebra is stacked one on top of another all the way up through the back of the neck so the chin is lifted, shoulders stay relaxed, low belly gently pulls in, but lots of space around the ribcage and the lungs to obtain that full breath. Relaxing the jaw, the cheeks, and the forehead, and feeling as though there's a tiny thread pulling you up by the crown of your head, keeping you lifted. Let's take a couple more breaths here, really grounding yourself in your breath, letting go of anything else in the mind, and just being here and now. Keep coming back to the breath. Even if you get distracted, just keep coming back for a couple more breaths before we begin to move. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. Feeling into every inhale and exhale. 1 more big breath. When you're ready, gently drawing your eyes open and just taking a couple moments with the eyes open to keep that connection with the breath. So just because we introduce vision into the picture doesn't mean we want to lose track of the breath. So staying connected with the breath, maybe blurring your vision a bit, just having a gentle gaze. We're going to start this flow just seated on our mat. So again, you can either have those legs crossed or extended. It's up to you and how your knees feel. We're going to start just by bringing the right ear over to the right shoulder on an exhale. So an inhale to sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. Keep the left shoulder pulling down. One big breath here. And on the exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Shoulders stay stacked over the hips. Inhale deeply. Exhale here. On the next inhale, bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Right ear is up towards the ceiling. Right shoulder pulls down. Exhale here. Again, big inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to drop the head back, releasing it towards the shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale. And on the next inhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Big breath. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale, bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Keep that right shoulder pulling away. Big breath in and out. And on the exhale, the head goes back for a breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And then inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Big breath here, and we're going to reverse the direction for 2 times through. So on your next inhale, bring the head back again, chin lifts up. Keep the rib cage pulling down, stack directly over those hip points. And on your next inhale, left ear to left shoulder. We're stretching out the neck here. Big exhale, and the chin drops down, looking towards the belly button. Shoulders stay stacked over the hips. On your next inhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Keep that left shoulder pulling down towards the ground. Big breath. And on the next inhale, head goes back. Just release. Big breath here. And then on the inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Big breath. Breathing into where you feel this in the neck. On the exhale, chin goes to the chest one last time. Big breath here. And on the next inhale, right ear to right shoulder. One more big breath. On the next inhale, bring the head right back up to center. And exhale once you are there. Inhale, hands reach up overhead. And then exhale, clasp the hands. Hands come behind the head. We're going to do seated cat-cow. Exhale here. Inhale, spread the elbows wide. Pull the chest up. Head goes back. Exhale, round, looking towards the belly button. Elbows come towards touching. Inhale, press the head back. Pull the elbows towards the sides. Exhale, round. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. We're keeping this to a stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale, opening up, spreading the space between the collarbones. Exhale, rounding down, stretching out the back of the neck. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, opening up, spreading the elbows wide. Exhale, rounding down. We're not pulling, just resting the hands on the back of the head. 1 more round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round down. Keep those shoulders over the hips. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, drop the hands back down towards the knees. From here, we're going to stretch the backs of the shoulders, the fronts of the chest a bit with eagle arms. So on your next inhale, the arms are going to come out right in front of you. On the exhale, you're going to cross the right arm over the left, hinging at the elbows. On the inhale, the hands are going to lift up towards the ceiling. Maybe you just press the hands in towards each other. If you have the flexibility in your arms and shoulders, you can reach around and press the palms towards each other. Either way, our goal here is that we want to be lifting the elbows up and pressing the hands away from the face. So you're keeping lifted arms. You're going to feel a nice stretch along the insides of the shoulder blades. Look towards the thumbs or just past the hands. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. Low belly sucks in. We're keeping the rib cage pulled down so we're not puffing up into a back bend. 1 more big breath. And on your exhale, release the hands, bring them behind you, clasping the hands, pressing the palms together. On the inhale, pull the hands away from you, open up the chest. So again, we're not lifting the rib cage going into a back bend, we're keeping it pulled down, low belly's engaged, pulling the hands back and away. 3 more big breaths here. This should feel like a nice opening to the front of your chest. 1 more big breath, breathe into the chest. And then on your next inhale, the hands are going to come back up in front, parallel. On the exhale, the left elbow's crossing over the right now. Inhale to bend the arms. Again, you can just press the backs of the hands into each other. So if you can grip around, the palms will press into each other. We're lifting the elbows, pressing the hands away for 4 more big breaths. Low belly stays sucked in, looking towards the thumbs. 2 more big breaths here, breathing into the back body. 1 more big breath. And on your exhale, release the hands. We're bringing them back to clasp again, this time opposite pinky on the bottom. So it'll feel like a bit of an awkward grip. Inhale to pull the chest open. Hands lift up and away from you. Big breaths here. So we want to keep resisting the drops of the hands, breathing into the collarbones, feeling though you're pulling them towards the wall behind you for 3 more big breaths. You're doing great. 2 more breaths. Last one. On the exhale, release the hands. On the inhale, straighten your legs out if they're not already straight. We're just going to come into a nice gentle forward fold. Exhale here, and then inhale, sweep your hands up overhead. And then exhale, begin to dive down towards the feet. So we want to keep the knees and thighs pressing down, shoulders pulling away from the ears. Inhale to look up. If you can keep the shoulders down away from the ears, exhale to fold. You know you're doing this right. If you don't feel any tension in the upper back, the stretch should be on the lower backs and the backs of the legs. If you feel anything on the upper back, just come up a bit. We're just being gentle with ourselves. 4 more big breaths here. We're using the core to pull ourselves down, not the hands. Notice I stay where I am when I lift my hands. Let's take 2 more big breaths. 1 more. On the next inhale, come up to seated. Exhale, shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, swing the legs behind you. We'll make our way to tabletop, hands and knees. And on the exhale, we'll just come to child's pose. So big toes touch, sink the hips back towards the heels. Hands extend out away from you and just rest down. If it feels good, you can sway the hips side to side and really just melt down into the stretch. Keep those shoulder blades pulling down the back away from the ears. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. Take 1 more big breath in your child's pose. And then on your next inhale, make your way up to hands and knees, tabletop position again. So we're going to work through a little bit of some gentle cat-cow. So make sure that the hands are spread super wide, fingertips spread wide to distribute the weight. Weight is more towards the balls of the fingers than the heel of the hand. Knees are hips distance. Press the ground away from you through your hands and knees, and on your next inhale, drop the belly down, pull the heart through, gaze will go up to the ceiling. On the exhale, round your spine, press through the hands, press through the knees. Inhale, belly drops down, heart pulls through, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, look towards the thighs or the belly button. Inhale, belly drops down, heart pulls through. Exhale, round, lift up between the shoulder blades. Let's do one more round. Inhale, belly drops down, pull the shoulder blades down away from the ears. Exhale, round the spine, press through the hands and knees, lifting up. Inhale back to neutral and exhale once you're there. From here we're going to go to thread the needle. So on your next inhale, right hand lifts up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, sweep it across and then set it down. The shoulder's going to come down, the side of the head's going to come down. That left hand's going to be directly under the elbow. Elbow stays lifted, so if you need to inch it out a bit, feel free to do so. Low belly stays sucked in, so we're not dipping it down towards the ground, and shoulders stay pulling away from the ears. Breathing here, actively pressing through that left hand, pressing through the right arm. Let's take 3 more big breaths. Also, just feel into the knees. Notice if one knee feels lighter than the other and shift the weight over to that lighter knee. Let's take 2 more breaths. Keep that low belly pulling in. 1 more breath. And then on your next inhale, press through that left hand, lift the right hand back up all the way to the ceiling. And exhale, set it down. Same thing, other side. So inhale, left hand sweeps up. Exhale, sweep it across. Eventually set the shoulder down and the side of the head down. Take a moment and inch out that right hand so it's directly under the right elbow. Shoulder blades pull down away from the ears and press into the hands. Press into the left arm. And again, feel into the knees, making sure that the weight is evenly distributed between both the knees. Low belly stays pulling in for 3 more big breaths, breathing into where you feel this twist the most. 2 more breaths. Last one. On your next inhale, press into that right hand and lift the left hand all the way up to the ceiling, sweeping tall. Exhale the hand back down to the mat. We're going to make our way to downward facing dog next. So on the next inhale, curl the toes under, lift the knees, and on the exhale, press all your weight back, down dog. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. Make sure you're pressing the ground away from you through the hands, and then just add some movement to this. Maybe this means walking out the feet, dropping one heel at a time, shifting your weight forward and back, maybe rocking the hips side to side. Wherever this feels like a nice release to the back, we want to keep pressing the ground away, driving the weight towards the heels. Let's take 3 more big breaths here, sending your breath all the way to the low belly. 2 more. Last big breath here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to begin to walk the hands back towards the feet, stopping at about a foot or 2 away from your feet, and then step the feet out to the width of your mat or just wider than hips distance. Walking all the way back here, then just bring the hands all the way down, maybe right in front of you. If the hands don't reach the ground, I'm going to step forward so you can see me all the way. If the hands don't reach the ground, you can just dangle or add a nice bend to the knees. Again, if there's too much tension in the back, on the back of the legs, bend those knees. You want to keep them soft anyways, and we're just going to hang here. So maybe the hands stay on the ground, maybe you wrap around opposite elbows with the hands, and just hang heavy. Again, you can sway side to side if that feels good for you. You can rock the head side to side in a yes, no manner. This should feel like a nice release to the back. So again, if you're feeling it too much in the legs or something, bend the knees. Just allow your body to drape on the thighs. Let's hang here for 3 more big breaths. 2 more. Last one. Drop the hands down, and we're going to walk our way back to downward facing dog. So on your next inhale, walk the hands back out in front of you, maybe step the feet back, and then press on back to your down dog. Let's hold this for 2 more breaths. Keep pressing the hands away, driving the heels down. If you want to keep those knees bent, feel free to do so. 1 more big breath. And then on your next inhale, come forward to plank pose. So that means shoulders stacked over the wrists. And on the exhale, just lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Take a moment and rest here. You can stack one hand on top of another, making a pillow with your hands, and just rest one cheek down. If it feels good, you can sway the hips side to side, just releasing down towards the mat. Big breaths here. Let's take one more big breath. We're going to move to some slight back bending next. So on your next inhale, bring the hands under the shoulders, elbows stay pulled in by the sides, feet are hips distance, pressing down into the mat. On your next inhale, gently pull the chest up, elbows pull in, shoulder blades down the back, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do 4 more of those. Inhale, just gently peel the heart up, maybe slightly higher. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up, maybe even higher. Exhale, down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale to rise. And exhale, lower. So if that felt like a deep enough back bend for you, stay there. If you want to go one step further, we're going to move our way to upward facing dog. So on your next inhale, either come up to low cobra, stop here, or begin to straighten the arms, curl the toes under to help lift yourself up, and press through the arms, shoulder blades down the back. Maybe the legs stay stacked, just resting on the ground. Maybe you lift the thighs up, lift the knees, low belly sucks in. Let's hold this for 3 more breaths. Lifting the chin, 2 more breaths, shoulder blades down the back. Last one. And on the exhale, again, curling those toes under to help you lower yourself down and rest down. Again, one hand on top of another, rest the cheek towards the ground, maybe sway those hips side to side. Let's take one more big breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to move to Sphinx pose. So elbows come under the shoulders, forearms and hands flat on the ground. So again, elbows directly under the shoulders, 90-degree angle between the forearm and the upper arm. Press the hands down into the mat, feet are hips distance, feet and legs press down to the ground, hips drive down, chest lifts, so we are really pressing the ground away from you through the hands and forearms, shoulder blades down the back, and keep the low belly sucked in so we're not dumping a lot of weight into the low back. Then just breathe here, keep the chin lifted, we're not craning the neck back at all, chin's parallel with the ground. 3 more big breaths here. 2 more breaths. Last one. Then on your next inhale, bring the left hand directly in front of your face. Keep the elbow exactly where it is. Your choice. You can either just lift up the right hand and the right foot and hold here. If this is a deep enough move for you, stay exactly where you are. If you want to go one step further, if you've practiced back bends a bit, you can reach that right hand back towards the right foot and just gently press the foot into the hand to give yourself a little bit extra lift in the chest. Low belly stays sucked in. Let's take 3 more breaths here. So again, you're either lifting, just extending out, or you're pressing the foot into the hand. 1 more big breath. And on the exhale, lower down. Right elbow under the right shoulder. Right hand comes in front of the face. Left hand now. On your next inhale, you can either just extend the left hand and the left foot up and hold here. This will help with back strength and gently improving flexibility. If you want to move one step further, you'll reach back, right hand to that left hand to the left foot and open up. So you're pressing the foot into the hand to help open the shoulders. You do want to keep the shoulders facing forward though. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Low belly stays sucked in. 1 more big breath. And on the exhale, lowering down, whatever point you're in. Again, stack the hands, rest the cheek down, and just let the back settle here. So if it feels good to rock the hips side to side, if it feels good to bend the knees and drop the feet side to side in windshield wiper-like motions, feel free to do so. big breaths. And just take a moment to check in. Notice where the mind is at, what you're thinking about. If the mind wanders off anywhere, if you're noticing a theme to your thoughts during this practice, just checking in, coming back to the breath, acknowledging what's on your mind, but eventually coming back to here and now. Bring yourself back to the room you're in, to the place on your mat. Just be here for a couple more breaths. One more big breath here. Now on your next inhale, bring the hands back under the shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop, hands and knees. Bring the knees close to or touching. And then on the exhale, sink the hips back. Child's pose with the knees touching. This will help to relieve any tension in the low back. Drop the head down. Forehead makes its way towards the mat. And just breathe here, sending the breath to where you feel this the most, relaxing down. Let's take one more big breath here. On your next inhale, walk the hands back towards you until you're sitting up on the heels. On the exhale, swing the feet around. We're going to make our way to forward fold just to relieve the back again. So let's activate the legs, press the knees down, thighs press down, toes pull back towards you. Exhale here and inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, hands can come to the legs now and you just gently lower yourself down. Inhale, pull the heart forward, shoulder blades down the back. If you can keep this posture in the upper back, then you can lower down. If you want to grab the feet, if that's in your practice, you can feel free to do so. But again, I'm bending my elbows, but even if I remove my hands, I stay where I am. If you pop up, go to where you pop up. Send the breath to the low back. Again, if you're feeling tension in the upper back, just come up a bit. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. 2 more. Last one. On your next inhale, come back up to seated. Exhale, scoot yourself forward and then just roll on down to your mat. Laying down on your back. Inhale to hug the knees in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around the shins, just making a nice little ball shape with the body. Rock side to side. Maybe drop one ear towards the mat at a time. Just give yourself a little back massage here. Big breaths as we're winding down practice today. Let's move into a gentle twist. So on your next exhale, hands come to the sides, making a T shape with the arms, and the knees will drop over towards the left-hand side. Send your gaze over the right hand and breathe here. If you want to go a little bit deeper in the twist, you'll inch that back hip more towards the center of your mat and really try to stack the hip bones and the knees directly on top of another. Let's take 3 more big breaths here, breathing into that right side body. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale to bring your knees back up to center. And then on the exhale, drop them on over to the right hand side now. And you'll look over the left hand. Breathing here, finding where this twist really just feels good for you. Drawing that left knee across the body, stretching out that left hand side. But we want to keep the left shoulder pressing down into the mat. We don't want it to lift up. We want to keep it pressing down and just moving the body to where we can keep that stance. Let's be here for 2 more big breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale to come back up to center. Exhale, hug the knees in, wrap the hands around the shins again. And we'll close practice today with a little bit of a hip opener, happy baby pose. So inhale, lift the feet up. On the exhale, either pull the shins down towards you, grasping the hands around the shin bones, or grab onto the outsides of the feet and pull the knees down towards the armpits, whichever feels better for you. Maybe you just hold onto the thighs, wherever this serves your body. This should feel good. Try not to scrunch up your face and allow tension to come anywhere else. Just stay soft. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Keep the face relaxed. Just go to where this feels good in your body. One more big breath here. And on the exhale, bring the feet to touch, knees splay outwards, pressing towards the front of your room. Again, you can grab onto the shins if that feels better for you. You don't have to grasp around the feet. Allow the heels to just drop down towards the pelvic area. Keep pressing the low back into the ground for 2 more big breaths. One more breath. And on the exhale, just straighten the legs out towards the ground. Coming into your final resting pose for Shavasana. Hands will come down by the sides. Maybe they rest on the belly, whatever just feels comfy for you. Take a moment, puff up the chest, inch the shoulder blades down the back, lots of space around the ears. Close the eyes and just begin to settle in. Let go of the conscious hold on your breath and allow your body to just breathe naturally. Send a wave of relaxation across the body, starting by relaxing the top of the head, the forehead, and the eyes. Relaxing the jaw, bringing the tongue off the roof of the mouth. And soften the back of the neck, the sides and the front of the neck. Relax your shoulder blades, soften the upper arms and the elbows, the lower arms and the wrists. Relax your hands, softening every finger. Relax the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. Just tuning in to that gentle rise and fall of the upper body with every natural breath. Just observe the breath for a couple moments. And relax your back, just allowing it to melt into the ground. Soften your hips and the pelvic area. Relax the upper legs and the knees, the lower legs and the ankles. And soften your feet as you relax every toe. Just notice the relaxed state, the softness that you've created within and around you. And allow that to translate to the mind. Relaxing the mind, just allowing it to melt away. Letting go of anywhere else that you're holding tension in the body. Just allowing yourself to feel into this beautiful state that you've cultivated throughout class today. Noticing how peaceful and relaxed that you feel, and just giving yourself the gift of allowing yourself to rest in it for a couple more moments. begins to drift off, just bring it back to noticing every natural inhale and exhale. Gently begin to bring the awareness back into your body by deepening your breath. Eventually add small wiggles to the toes and the fingers, the wrists and the ankles. Whenever you feel ready to move, just gently roll over onto one side to rest in a fetal position. Take your time. Again, whenever it feels good for you, just gently press yourself up to seated, keeping the eyes softly closed, meeting at the front of your mat. And we'll meet with the eyes closed and palms touching at heart center. Just take a couple more moments to notice how you feel. Notice the peaceful energy that you've cultivated within and around yourself. And gently give yourself a smile. Thank yourself for showing up here today. Thank yourself for cultivating this beautiful state that you have cultivated within and around you. Just feeling that ultimate sense of gratitude. Thank you for sharing your practice with me here today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.